Yo guys, how's it going? My name is Absolicity, and in today's video I'm going to be bringing you guys another tuning video, but this is going to be the start of a new series. This series is going to be called Build It, Tune It, and Record It. It's kind of self-explanatory. We're going to be building cars, tuning them specifically for drag racing. We're not going to be putting any like specific, V12 engines in them. We're going to leave the base motors in them and basically tune them. Now certain cars we might do V8 swaps with, because it tends to be that some cars it's actually faster. For example, like the Honda NSX, that car is better with a V8 swap in it than it is with the base motor in it. Now most cars we're going to try and leave the base motors in them because I have more fun tuning them that way. Makes it seem a little bit more like realistic and not as fake. But yeah, this is going to be the first episode of this series. We're going to be tuning the 1998 Toyota Supra RZ. So let's get into the upgrade shop. Basically, we're going to go to conversion. We're not going to do anything with the motor. See, we're going to leave the motor stock. We're not going to do anything with the drivetrain. We're going to leave it rear wheel drive, and we are going to put the single turbo in it. I'm not the best tuner, but I'm pretty good at tuning. I know how to keep up with people most of the time and do good. We're not gonna. I don't think any of these really do anything. I think we're gonna leave everything as it is. We'll put the hood scoop on, and I think we will take the wing off because weight reduction, bro. I will put the race tires on, and then we got the Horizon. These tires don't make a difference at all. It's just for looks. So we're just gonna go with the regular race tires. We put a bigger tire on in the back for more grip. We leave the front tires stock. Rims. Now rims are another subject. Not everybody goes for rims for their style wise. I mostly go for style and weight reduction. Now you guys don't have to put on the same exact rims that I do, but it's just up to you. I'm kind of digging these rims, honestly, on this. I don't know which ones we want to do. Want to do this ones, these ones, or these ones? Okay, then we're gonna go with these ones. I like those ones. It goes good with the black. Rim size we don't do because that just adds a crap ton of weight. I'll put the race clutch in, the race transmission, the race driveline, the differentials we don't screw with. And the race brakes. I put in the rally springs because, as you guys can see, it actually helps the launch a lot. I'll put the front anti-roll bars in, the rears, the roll cage, the race weight reduction. Actually, how much does that drop it down to? So it goes from 3,300-ish to 2,734. Okay, so that's pretty good. And now what we're going to do is put in the race intake. We're going to put in all this stuff, guys. Basically, you all know how it goes when you're upgrading a car or whatnot. If you guys enjoy this series and want me to make more videos like this, be sure to leave a comment in the comment section below. Feedback is always appreciated, as you guys know. Now, turbos. We're going to do race turbo. The intercooler I usually don't add. Racing cooling usually don't add. Because as you guys can see with the racing cooling especially, it decreases the launch by 1, but it does increase horsepower. This one also does the same thing. Flywheel we do put on. So it's basically whatever you guys want to do with your cars. But I'm going to try and make... These cars are also going to be hybrid cars. We're going to make it a quarter mile and a mile car. Not a lot of people race in the 8th miles and stuff, but let's take this car out for a quick spin and see how it does. See, now we get a lot of wheel spin, but this car has a lot of power to it, as you guys can see. Now it actually doesn't spin as bad as I thought. I've tuned a few of these, but it's been a while since I have. This car is probably one of my favorite drag cars. You can't really show up to a drag race and somebody not pull out a Supra. I'm thinking we are going to go to... Let's go to the airport. so that way we don't have to deal with as much traffic as we would on like public roads. Let's just cross over here. Watch these rally springs do its work. That's a positive thing too. Like, these rally springs actually help a lot on dirt, even though you're not probably going to be taking your drag racing Toyota Supra off-roading. So you guys kind of have an idea of what our whole tuning setup is because of the last video that I had. So basically I'm just going to go with it again, kind of like I did in the last video. So what we do first is we take tire pressure down all the way. Front tire pressure I usually take up all the way. Gearing will screw with in a minute because that actually takes longer. Now the cambers I've been screwing around with. I'm honestly not the best tuner, but I've been screwing with the cambers, and it seems like we've had some number changes with different cars that I've tuned. I'm kind of debating on screwing with these or not. Let's see here. We'll do the anti-roll bars, stiffen these up all the way. I'll just take forever to go all the way up. And after that, we go to the springs, take it all the way soft in the front and heavy in the rear, so we have more weight in the rear for more grip. The damping, I'll have to look into that more as well. Okay, and we can't screw with the acceleration. Now let's see what the car does with all this stuff in it so far. How bad of spin we got, so we kind of have a general idea of what we need to do. Yeah, so we got a lot of spin off the launch, but it comes back in the end with more power and not as much spin. So let's see if we can get this first gear tuned down. What I do is I take the final drive all the way down, like said in the other videos. We'll take this down to, we'll try about 2.60. See how well that does. We'll do our little boost control thing I showed you guys in the last video. Oh yeah, that's way too far down. There's a lot of bog right there. So I can already tell with this car we are going to have some wheel spin right after the launch either way, so that means we're probably going to have to shift quicker. Let's try 2.75. Let's see how well that does. Ooh, still bogging bad. Wow, I didn't realize that we had to take that up as much as I thought. I mean, I know I turned the final drive down a lot, but let's just jack this sucker up. 3.25. Let's see what this does. I have a feeling it's going to bog still for some odd reason. Maybe not, though. Okay, so we're getting better. We're going to have to turn that up just a little bit more. We are going to have some wheel spin still off the launch, guys. I can't get this thing to 100% hook, or else we're just going to be bogging way too much, and then it's just, you're just going to be slow off the launch. Let's see here. Boost. Well, that feels pretty good. Okay, let's go back into our tune menu here. We will try that. Let's see if this does anything with this car. I've kind of noticed in some cars it seems like it does. No, that don't do anything positive for us at all. I'm gonna have to read more up on the other things that I don't screw with. I feel like if I did, I would become a better tuner. Let's see here. Let's try this again. See, now this isn't too bad at all now. We're gonna have to do some pulls in a minute with like quarter mile and a full mile just to see how fast it is in a few minutes. We're kind of just screwing with all these gears. We're just going to make these all follow up, kind of like I did in the tuning video. C4, we're really not going to touch any of these, mostly because of how down our final drive is. Let's see, let's try this now. Let's see what this does. So I'm thinking for the best performance in drag racing, I'm thinking that what we're going to have to do is, as soon as we start to spin in first gear, we're just going to shift right to second gear. We're going to spin a little bit more, but if you guys can keep this car straight, it's still going to hook really, really well. We're going to take this back down just so we don't have to shift as much, so we can just get straight power, and it's not really bogging down either when we do that. So let's try this again. Boost, launch. I see, as soon as you do that, just shift. Now, you're going to have a little bit of wheel spin till about 115-ish, I think it was right there. But then after that, this car just hooks and goes. So now I think it's time to do some of the times for a mile and a quarter mile. We're just going to tune this down just a hair more. Sorry about that, guys. Should have turned on the notifications before I started the video. But let's do our mile pull real quick. Let's set a marker on the map just so we know that it's exactly a mile. We'll put it like right there-ish. So we're at 1.1. Alright, now we're at a mile exact. Boost. And go. A little bit of lag right there. So far, so good. I will be sure to put the time and the top mile per hour on the screen just so you guys can see. And right there. So it was looking about, we got to about 2:33 in a mile, which isn't too bad. I'll have to check the time and put it up on the screen for you guys right here. Let's do our quarter mile. I believe quarter mile is 440 yards. I think when I use a drag race a lot, I think it was right about here where we used to do it. One of these days I should try and make a car that launches out of second gear. So what am I doing? This is not the home page. Okay, let's put it we'll put it right here. Whoops. What's this? This is 487, so we're gonna go up a little bit. Hey, because I believe a quarter mile is 440 yards. So let's go right about here. Hold on our boost and launch. I see, as soon as we start to spin in first, we just got to shift in a second. Ooh, I feel like that could be better. If I can keep this thing straight, we're going to go back, try that one more time. That's not our best. When you got that much wheel spin out a second, you kind of got to keep it under control. Yeah, see, I spun really bad right there. We're going to have to, I think we're going to try and tune that down just a little bit. Because I feel like that is a little too much wheel spin off the start. Let's do that. Let's turn that down to 332. Let's turn this down a little bit more. This gear a little bit more. It's looking like 3.4 is the 0 to 60 number that we're going to get out of this car for my tuning wise. Keep looking why, because I keep thinking I'm in an online session. Let's do this right here. Back up, 440. Boost and launch. Yeah, so it's looking like the 150s to 160 range is going to be our top number, which isn't bad for a quarter mile. Again, guys, I will leave the times and how fast we were going for top speed wise in the description, or not in the description, on the video. If you guys enjoyed this video, please feel free to leave a comment in the comment section below. Feedback is always appreciated, and I'm thinking that tomorrow I might do a review on a car pack. I thought I saw online that the release date for the Mountain Dew car pack is tomorrow, which is June 6th. So if that does come out, I'll be bringing you guys a car pack review video. And if you guys are enjoying this type of series, be sure to leave a comment in the comment section below and let me know if you want me to do another one on a different car. But until then, I will talk to you all later. Peace.